I'm back, y'all. So let's get to painting. I'm still painting the cardstock pieces. I just started on the third one. Remember, stay inside score lines as much as you can. And you're just gonna do a coat of this weird paint mixture. And it's gonna look cool. And I'm hoping you're able to see me actually paint here. So anyway, while I'm painting, I did have a question for any of you that are watching this. If any of you are part of a group on ning.com, and I would really like it if you leave me a comment or send me a PM and tell me which group it is and kind of what the group is about and why you like it. Because I would like to, I'm kind of looking into maybe joining Ning, and I don't really know that much about it, and I thought I know a bunch of people whose videos I watch say they're in a Ning group, and so I thought it couldn't hurt since, you know, now I actually would have the ability to maybe take part in that. It wouldn't hurt to ask all of you what you thought about it and what groups you're in. So anyway, here is number 3. Let's see if I can get you a better view. That's number 3. And this is number 4. I hope you're actually able to watch me paint. I'm back in the bedroom and I'm using the cutting board actually as something to lean on while I paint. So, just hoping you're able to see this. But anyway, like I said, if any of you are in a Ning group, you know, my sister wants me to join Facebook, but I just really don't want to join Facebook for personal reasons. Nothing against Facebook. It's just make it very easy for someone I don't want to find me. So anyway, but like I said, I'm interested in possibly joining Ning. I've heard about willowing.ning.com, and I actually follow Willowing's videos, but I've also heard a lot of you talk about other groups that you're in, and I just thought I'd see what there was out there and maybe get involved, because now I can, but I don't know what all it entails or anything like that, so that's why I'm turning to y'all, because you do if you are part of that. And now I didn't originally plan to do this, but I think I am going to paint this one as well, but if you wouldn't mind waiting for a second, let me go get a different brush. I actually grabbed a couple of brushes, but here we go. And just a second. Okay. I'm just going to cover this whole thing with this mixture just as a way to kind of not waste it. Well, not waste as much of it. And I figure that'll give me like a solid backdrop to work with. Yeah, this brush doesn't always work so well for me. I thought it's bigger, maybe it'll work. me just a second. My friends have a tendency to give me napkins when they go out to eat and stuff because I use them instead of paper towels for when I'm doing my art and stuff. So that always makes it interesting. Now this is, I just thought this would give it like a neat backdrop, you know, this kind of effect. Maybe, you know, pull it all together, but I'm hoping to actually paint over it with something else. And see this, because the whole piece is being painted, is starting to work a little bit. But remember, just smush it for a while, and it'll just smush it flat for a while, and it'll be fine. Although a lot of times, once the, you know, whatever on it that's wet dries, it mostly goes back into shape anyway, at least in my experience, as long as you give it enough drying time, which, because there's gesso in this, the drying time is usually a lot quicker. That's one problem I have. My stuff is always trying to escape. Trying to escape, you people. Now I'm just trying to smooth out some of the lines on here. Okay. And that is it for this brush. I will be back in just a second. I'm going to check and see if the paint is dry because I'm going to paint the back of the 4 pieces here. So give me just a second. Now, this is up to you whether you want to do this or not, but I am actually going to paint, since this is not double-sided cardstock, I'm going to actually just paint it on the back. This is a different brush. It's slightly larger than the last one. I was actually brought this brush to in here so I could work on the background a little bit, but it'll work for this too. So you're just gonna basically, normally I paint the backs of things first, but I forgot I was planning to do this until I was messing with the one that I just painted, so I'm just, because, I mean, it's not likely that you're gonna ever see the back of these, but I like to play it safe just in case, you know, someone does angle around where they can see the back of this. I want it to match basically. Now I am painting the whole part of this black because I'm not putting any more cardstock on the back of this. So I'm just basically making this so it blends with the rest of the box. So anyway, you can just watch me paint. So, and like I said before in my video, just a little chat, you know, if there's ever anything that you want to see more of on my channel, like if you want, you know, if you like watching me paint and you want to see me paint more, you know, that's great. Or you want to actually see me work on my projects kind of like I've been doing with this one, or you want tutorials, or you want product reviews. I don't do haul videos. I'm just gonna say that right now. Don't like really watching haul videos either. But I don't know. I like my channel to be about, you know, the art and stuff like that. So there's one. It's done. And I'm just gonna set it there to dry. And see, now they're warping because there's more paint on them. And so now I'm going to do the next one. And I use these napkins until basically there's no room left for me on them to be able to do anything. When they're so much a mess, I can't really use them anymore. So I usually have a whole stack of napkins that I'm using at any given time until one of them, bites the dust, and then I add a new one to the mix, kind of thing. I've had this stack of napkins about a foot high for almost a year now because I don't throw them out unless I can't possibly find a way to use them again. Like usually if I paint on them or something, just wait for the paint to dry and then I use them again. And I also do that with my foil. I just happened to not have anything else to paint on one day, and I grabbed some foil. So that's what you're seeing right now is the foil that I'm using to protect my cutting board here that I'm using as a base. So I hope y'all are enjoying this and maybe are understanding kind of the process. I mean, as far as making your templates, I don't think I went into that in very good detail, but what you're going to do, of course, you leave yourself a 1/4 inch on every side just for your tabs, but then inside that is going to be whatever the dimensions of the inside of your shadow box are. And then what you do is the one that's going to be in the front closest to the frame, that one has the widest opening. And then what I did is then after I drew that one and cut out the center for my template, is then I traced that one onto the next piece, that next rectangle of paper, and then what I did is I drew outside the lines that I traced where I wanted the next line, the next lines for the second one to be, and then I just kept repeating that until I got to the last one. And I decided to do 4 and then a background piece. But depending on how deep you want your shadow box or how many you want, you'll just have to alter the measurements to make it work for you. But I just thought I'd give you a hint on how I did that. And then basically with your 4th one, whatever's left that hasn't been, my 4th one, whatever you can see in that center is basically what you're going to see on the background unless you angle around and stuff. So I thought I'd just tell you a little about that, and I'm actually going to have to make another video because we passed the 12 and a half minute mark, so give me just a second.